Good Monday morning, everybody. Chris Allen here on the Sam channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. It is February the 6th. And by the way, this is a little bit of a different camera. The time that I had off all last week because of COVID allowed me to really fine tune things, and this should be a lot better. It already looks a lot more live, if you will. There's not the herky-jerky stuff. And thank you to everybody who would comment and say, your audio is breaking up, or it's scattered or dropping out or whatever. That helped me to really get in there and figure out what was going on. And so I think this is going to be the best option here. I've tried different cameras. I've tried different software. I had all week. There was nothing else to do except nap. And I did a lot of that. And it helped me to recoup. But doctor says I'm fine. Everything's cool. And so I think this is going to be the look from here on out, because it's working and it should be a lot smoother. Okay, now that we're past all the hiccups and me being out sick and all of that, I will be back at the radio station this morning on Sam 100.7. Good news is we've got some quiet weather going on for us this morning. We had a mix of clouds and sunshine yesterday. We're seeing a few clouds this morning, and even kind of a weak, decaying cold front that's just kind of falling apart to the north of us. It's what brought us the chillier weather overnight, and it's just kind of sitting there along the Ohio River. It's what also helped produce some of the cloud cover that we saw yesterday, but it is not producing any kind of precipitation, so we don't have to worry about that. Everything is looking really good this morning. There may be some fog out there, but I think we've had enough wind and enough dry air work in to where we don't have to worry too much about fog this morning. There may be a couple of places that normally see fog early in the morning. You might run into that on your way into work, but otherwise we are off to a good start this morning, albeit a little bit chillier than it was yesterday morning. We are starting out in the 30s this morning. Let's take a look at the model blender over the next 10 days. And as you can see, we're going to be quite warm for this time of the year. Again, our average high temperature should be around 49, 50 degrees. It starts to go up each and every other day or so. As the days continue to get longer, the nights continue to get shorter, we're going to continue to see our average high temperature go up a little bit more each day through the month of February. So 49 is where we should be. We were at 59 yesterday for an official high temperature, 10 degrees above the average, and I think we'll be there again today, 59. A few of you touching 60, maybe even 61 before the day is over, with a light southeast wind. We won't have the breezes today that we had yesterday. Then a warm front comes in tonight, and that from the south is what's going to shove our temperatures into the 60s over the next several days, mid-60s tomorrow. How about 62, 63 Wednesday, Thursday? Yeah, that feels really good, because that's running, not quite 20 degrees above average, but pretty close. As you see there, we do drop off a little for the weekend. There's a couple of systems that are going to come through that's going to bring our temperatures down. And at least one day that you see there, Saturday, coming up Saturday, is going to be the chilliest day out of the next 10. After that, we go right back into the 50s and 60s for next week, just like we're going to do this week. There's Super Bowl Sunday, which is this Sunday, low 50s and into the 30s for lows. So if you got something planned for Super Bowl, a party, most of those, of course, will be indoors. But if you want to do something outdoors, Sunday's not looking like a bad day at all. I don't see any rain or anything like that coming around for this coming Sunday. Okay, let's get to the details. First of all, with the Kentucky Mesonet Network this morning from WKU, looking at current temperatures in the 20s and 30s. So it is 29 here in Warren County, Bowling Green, as of 5 a.m. It's 5 a.m. right now on the money as I'm recording this podcast on this Monday morning. So you will find probably some frost on your windshield. You'll have to warm your vehicle up this morning. But after that, we're going to be A-OK as the sun will be back out. We'll see a few clouds from time to time streaming through the area. And speaking of that, let's take a look at the next couple of days and when we can expect the next couple of rounds of precipitation to move in. Here we are with winds, pressure, those lines that you see, and the blue there to the northwest of us is rain. And notice I've got the timeline here advanced to around this time tomorrow morning. Nothing going on today as far as precipitation. So this is Tuesday. Tuesday morning, I'm going to advance everything here. Turn on the winds here. So you can see the winds are coming up from out of the south. Now, most of the day, early Tuesday is going to be fine, but by midday and into the afternoon, scattered light rain showers are going to come in as a result of this weak front that is going to push through. It'll be warm. Temperatures are going to be in the mid 60s for highs on Tuesday. Here we go into Tuesday night, midnight into early Wednesday morning. We get another piece of energy coming in, this time from the south. This looks familiar. Remember last week when we had those shots of winter weather coming in from the south? This is kind of the same thing, except we're exceptionally warm. Excuse me. Exceptionally warm. This is where we stay in the 60s. And as you can see, everything is in blue, which means it's all rain. We don't see any mixed precipitation. We don't see anything that's anything close to winter-like weather. Here we go into Wednesday night. Here's around midnight Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Winds are still coming in, as you see, from the south. And then we get these little series of systems coming through, and each one is just going to bring us pretty good rain. In fact, Wednesday into early Thursday right here is when I'm thinking we'll see the best chance of rain. You just saw it there. And the winds then come out of the southwest, and we're still well into the 50s and 60s. I mean, it's going to be rainy during the middle part of the week, but it's not going to be, at least it's not going to be wintry. We're not even going to be close to any kind of a mixed situation, which is certainly good. Even though the systems kind of look familiar, we're not going to have to deal with chilly air or cold enough air to make any of the liquid precipitation turn into any kind of wintry precipitation. So that's certainly good news. Okay, here's a look at the maps. There's the decaying front that I told you about that's sitting over us this morning. It just kind of moves away, high pressure over. Here comes the warm front with the warmer winds kicking in. Not only, well, today is going to be like yesterday, around 60. But tomorrow, this front is going to usher in breezy, warmer winds, even warmer, to push us into the mid 60s, as you saw. Then by tomorrow evening, here comes the cold front with a chance of showers. This is going to slow down and kind of hang up here from Tuesday into Wednesday, waiting on these low pressure systems. This one is the stronger one down in southern Texas. This one is a little bit weaker, but they kind of wait for that low to come in and make the front kind of wobble back and forth and just kind of sit over the area. So I think the better chance of heavier rain, which is the darker green, and maybe even a few thunderstorms is what we see into Wednesday. But again, It's going to be windy and warm. That low pressure system goes into the Great Lakes where it strengthens. There, it's going to be rainy for the west side of the lakes. For the east side and the north side of the lakes, big snows are coming in with the colder air that's drawn in. Now, we're not going to feel the colder air until we get into about Saturday. That's that one day that I think is going to be the chilliest out of the next 7 to 10 days. But this is Thursday. Let's go into Friday. Low pressure system just kind of throws itself in here. Another weak cold front, scattered showers. Coldest air stays off to the north. Here we go from Friday into Saturday. Now the cold air is drawn in as that low pressure system moves off the Atlantic. And so higher elevations east of us certainly could pick up a little bit of snow. I don't think we're going to see much of anything. The temperatures are just going to be so borderline and even a little bit above freezing so that somebody east of us or north of us could get a little, maybe a brief wet snowflake mixed in. But for us, Southern Kentucky, Bowling Green area, nah, it doesn't look like it's going to be any big deal for us, because right after that, we're going to warm back up again. Sunday, high pressure takes over, and we see another system coming in that's going to warm us back up, as you saw in that 10-day blender. It's going to warm us back up into the beginning of next week. So whatever time we hit colder or cooler air, it's going to be one day, and then we're back into being above average in temperature, and it's going to be really kind of spring-like. The pattern here does look very springy, and that means it's also going to be very windy. Now, I can tell you that the next few days after today, lots of wind, breezy at times, windy at times, and that is going to be just about every day all the way into the upcoming weekend. So if you're doing anything outdoors where you have to kind of work against the wind, it's going to be there pretty much every day. We're talking 10 to 20 sustained winds, occasional gusts to 30 to 40 at times. So I know that if you're a farmer, you're trying to spread stuff, if you're a construction worker trying to, just put shingles on a roof or paint or whatever, it's going to be going against the wind, Bob Seeger. That is going to be a little troublesome at times. Okay. I'm feeling fantastic. Thank you for all your thoughts and prayers during my little bout with the mild Rona. It's over. Everything's cool. I'm feeling absolutely incredible. And so thank you again for all your thoughts and prayers. Headed to the radio station. Yes. Can't wait to be back in there and be on there live with you at Sam 100.7 starting at 6 o'clock this morning. And I've got some goodies with me. I've got I've got passes for free coffee coming up. I've got tickets to the Lone Star Championship Rodeo that's coming up this coming weekend, Super Bowl weekend. I've got tickets to Sinatra and Friends at Sky Pack. See, now I take a week off, not because I wanted to, but I took a week off, got some things and got this fixed. Hopefully it's looking good, no hiccups. And then I come armed with all kinds of goodies to give away on the radio. Wow. You guys are lucky to have me. I'm just saying, I'm very humble when I say that. You're very lucky. So I know, I'll stop. Okay. All right, you guys, I love you. I do. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you on the radio.